and we are live. So today I'm bringing on OG Shinobi. This is my boy from NorCal. This is the local hero here. Shinobi I met at locals, and he is a Scorpion main. There is no other person who has mastered Scorpion better than original Shinobi. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. I am so ready to talk about MK1 Scorpion.
Dude, Scorpion looks sick. Real fast.
He looks amazing.
Yeah, he does. Real fast. What was your name prior to OG Shinobi?
I went by the True Ninja.
True Ninja. Okay, because when Sonic Fox did his set, when he talked about like playing with fans, I think like 2/3 of that video was against you.
Yeah, it was.
And I don't think he but he recognize you as the True Ninja because you played against him like back in the day, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I played him in Justice 1. We ran into each other, and I
Okay.
was under the True Ninja then.
Okay.
So I don't. Yeah, I haven't. I don't think you would know this gamer tag.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
But yeah, that's sick. It's like I thought it was really funny because when I saw that he posted that video that said, fans like with the mic on or something, it was something like that, like playing with fans with the mic on. They're like, oh my gosh, it's Sonic. And then like 2/3 of the video was you. And I was sitting there and I was like, oh, I'm going to watch this to see if he plays against Shinobi. And turns out like most of the video was against you. So
yeah,
it was
really dope. It was pretty dope.
It was, dude. It was some good sets. It wasn't just, you know.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
Go ahead.
Clutched out a lot. He clutched out a lot of wins where I could have beat him.
Uh-huh.
But then, I mean, it's a brand new game. Of course, we're not gonna know punishes right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was some good games.
Yeah, no, it was really fun to watch. So, yeah, first things first. How'd you feel about the breakdown? Or breakdown? I'm sorry. Break down the trailer. How'd you feel about the Lin Kuei trailer?
Oh, where do I start? I mean, when they first showed some Scorpion gameplay, I was like, but then we got to see Smoke, and I was just blown away how dope he.
Smoke is so dope, dude.
I like his, like his gameplay looks. It looks good. He looks good, and then the cyborgs. I was like, what? The cyborgs? But all in all, this was probably like the best trailer. But yeah, this is probably the best trailer.
Yeah, so far.
So far they did an amazing job with this trailer.
No, I really like the trailer. When I first saw Smoke, I was like, my first initial reaction was, oh my gosh, Smoke is in the game. If you watch my reaction trailer, that's first. I was like, Smoke is in the game. Yeah. Like that's, I was like, oh my gosh, it's Smoke. And yeah, it was perfect. And there was one person who commented on one of my videos. I'll have to find out who it is. He pointed out that when you see Scorpion and Sub-Zero walk into the tea house for the first time, he's like, it looked like there was someone else behind them. And I think he was right because I looked back on it and I was like, man, the editor did a great job. But I'm really glad that Smoke is back. He's using a karambit, which is dope as all hell. That is one of the sickest weapons to give to him. But having said that, I've always wanted to like comment or tag whether it's Tyler, Derek, or Stephanie, and just be like I love that you're using a karambit, but I'm just curious why you guys gave him a karambit, because it's dope. But like, how did the team sit down and just be like how'd you guys decide on this weapon?
I'm not gonna say a lot, but I know in there's you watch Bleach?
Yes.
Or heard of it?
Or I have watched Bleach. I haven't watched it all the way through.
Right. There's a character in there. His name is can't think of his name right now, but he was a wizard, and a captain. He became a captain, but his
Mm-hmm.
Zanpakuto, though, when he released it, he was a wind user,
Mm-hmm.
and his he had like a short dagger. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing short daggers is like a thing for wind users.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause there was another character I seen that also had like a little short dagger, and it was like a wind user.
Mm. I'm kind of
So yeah,
I'm kind of interested too with Smoked as well because apparently he doesn't have. I would have to read the bio like again. I've read it like 9 times, but it's like he doesn't have any special abilities. Like Scorpion can use Hellfire and Sub-Zero as a cryomancer, but he doesn't have necessarily any special abilities. It looked weird because he was like lifting himself up in a cloud of smoke or a tornado of
yeah,
smoke. But I'm pretty sure the
yeah.
bio doesn't. The bio says like he uses practical magic, which in other words is like saying like smoke bombs. So I'm pretty sure he's not like a magic wielder.
I mean, he turned into smoke unless we missed something there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because if I
Mm-hmm.
in the trailer, it looked like he like phased over to you and
Mm-hmm.
then did what he did. But I guess it could just be like he threw a smoke bomb and then run behind it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Now, if like I think that's actually like kind of sick. Like in my opinion, I think that's cool because according to his trailer, also it's like he was hunting with his family and the Lin Kuei killed him,
right.
and they
Yep.
felt so bad that they adopted him.
The Grand Master of the Lin Kuei, yeah, adopted him, and he
Yeah.
became Scorpion's and Sub Zero's adopted brother.
Which
I like that.
in my opinion, I think that's way better than the Enenra story.
Right.
Personally, I didn't like the Enenra story because Smoke was way too good of a person to be the embodiment of a demon or having a demon living in him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
True.
that's just kind
It's
of.
like he was like supposed to be. I wouldn't say the replacement of Sub, but something along the lines like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like he was. If Sub was supposed to die, he was supposed to get. He was be next. Like I could have seen like a Link Play standalone game with Smoke
Mm-hmm.
going. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it would kind of, dude. If they did like like I know this would never ever happen. Even back then, it would never happen. But it'd be cool to have like a Shaolin monk style game where it was Tundra and Smoke,
Oh, that would be dope.
like
That would be.
yeah, pre Sub-Zero Kuai Liang. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, Smoke was dope. I'm so glad they gave him. He's the rush down mobility 50/50s
Yeah.
character
He
that.
he's that. Yeah. He looks like he's very mobile based.
Yes.
Which I mean, of course.
Yeah.
Like I think it was.
There's no other way to make
I can't,
Smoke.
I can't remember who it was
Mm-hmm.
in MK9. They like scanned him and it said power teleportation, and I
Mm-hmm.
think it was Sector that scanned him and said power teleportation.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense that he's teleporting around everywhere. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
he's over here. Oh, he's over here. Yeah, that
Yeah.
looks. If this was a left-right game, like a whole back to block, he would be a problem.
Yeah. He would. Yeah, he would be a problem. Yeah. Imagine. Gosh, who is it? Like with all those. Yeah, a lot of those switch ups. I mean, playing Zeku was a problem in Street Fighter V.
Oh yeah,
So.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, a lot of the cameos too looked really good. Speaking of teleports, I remember seeing a joke on Twitter when everybody was like, well, apparently everybody has a teleport now.
Right, to pick Kung Lao.
So yeah, Kung Lao, you can teleport you can teleport anywhere, but I mean Scorpion has his teleport, of course, and Smoke has his teleport, and if you pick Kung Lao, everybody can have a teleport. So
yeah, the Kung Lao breakdown was actually pretty dope. That looked nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And that's the other thing I noticed too. We both kind of noticed was that the cameos they showed off this time around had so much more utility than just combo extenders. And the two I'll save Scorpion for the better part of the video. But
Okay.
of course, there's Kung Lao, who, you know, there's a teleport there. The other one I noticed was Cyrax has, like, he's almost like a place bomb.
Yeah, if you look at the video,
Mm-hmm.
the smoke, he's like walking back.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking that bomb gets both. I think it's an unblockable, and it gets both.
Like it hits both of you.
Like Jax, Jax hits
like
both
just
of you.
yeah, his grand
Yeah,
yeah, his ground pound hits both of you. I can totally see that.
because the way it looked like he was walking back to not get hit. Because I mean, if it might not work that way, but from what I got, it looked like it works.
Yeah, and yeah, it's a really good baiting tool. So
right.
That's one thing I noticed a lot about it. But it was really cool. I mean, so far, the cameos they showed off. So far, the cameos way more utility than before. I didn't see too much out of Sector. I would like to see a lot more, which I'm pretty sure we will. But it's like the majority of it was Cyrax, and I really want to see a lot out of Frost. And that was the other one I was stoked about. Frost is one of my favorite 3D era characters, and that she's in the game as a cameo. I think Cameo is like the perfect place. I'm kind of glad she's not main roster. I'm glad she's a cameo.
I mean, these costumes, the MK3 cyborg costumes,
that looks so good.
So good.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, they look so. I don't think they ever look like that. They look like the best they ever been.
They have.
Like,
I like how at the end for the if you win, like the win pose, after the fatality, when Cyrax like builds himself back up and pieces together.
Oh yeah,
dude, it looks so good. It looks so good.
And he let out like a Iron Man unibeam or something. It just start blasting. Yeah, it looks.
No, that looked hella good. Dude, I don't know what they're doing over there at it's like they listen to all the old fans, and they're just like, dude, we're just gonna we're gonna have cameo characters. We're gonna bring all the old stuff, like Jax, Sonya,
all the old stuff.
Oh my gosh, yeah, dude, it looks so good. I mean, I'm so glad they're doing that.
We still have Stryker to see. We haven't seen.
We do, dude. I just noticed. We still haven't seen Stryker. That's awesome.
We still haven't seen Stryker. We've seen his grab, and that was it. Stryker, we've seen his teleport and his fatal blow. I want him to have his homing missile. I think that might be too broken. Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't too broken in MK9 or MKX, so I don't think it was pretty good. But no, But one thing I did notice that during some of the fights that they showed is that even if you did teleport, and this goes back to kind of what you're saying, like if this was a whole back to block game, you know, all like smoke would be a problem. And I think this is also one of those things where it's like, as long as you're blocking, you're kind of good, because even if they do teleport, so if you have like the guided missile, it's I don't think you're gonna have a problem as long as you're holding block. That's why I don't think it's gonna be too OP.
Yeah.
You know, so all right. I think it's let's get into Scorpion. Initial thoughts when I saw Scorpion was, oh my gosh, dude, this is the first time I want to play Scorpion. Now, I've always liked Scorpion. Every game I've always wanted, I've always tried out Scorpion every game. The only time I ever mained Scorpion was UMK3, but this is the first time I've been like, Scorpion looks dope. I can't wait to play Scorpion. Versus you're just like, dude, like, give me Scorpion, win Scorpion. Scorpion's going to be in every Mortal Kombat game, and that's my main character. That's who I'm going straight to, right? But this time, the thing that caught me was how do you say it? Kusarigama?
The Kusarigama?
Kusarigama is the fact that he's using a Kusarigama, and ninjas traditionally have always used pretty much modified farming tools. So
exactly.
So the fact that they added that in was so dope, and I think it was a great touch to it. And his cameo looks sick too. But I wanted to break that down. What was your first impressions of Scorpion?
My first impressions of Scorpion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the first trailer that came out, when they showed a little bit of him and he did that dope combo, I was like, what the hell is going on?
Right.
Show me more of this character now. And I was kind of happy and kind of sad, not sad, but a little down that he wasn't in the beta, because I want to get my hand.
Right.
And then this breakdown, I love what they're doing. He's basically MK3 with a little bit of new era stuff in there. Like his spear looks like it's faster. Looks like it's faster than MK11. I believe MK11 is the spear has been fast. I think it's like
the fastest
12. Yeah, the fastest. I think it was like 12 or 11 frames in MK11. Here it looks like it's fast. It looks real fast.
The recovery was fast too. Like if you blocked a spear, you had to if you wanted to punish that, you had to do it like immediately, like after block.
Right. But like I said in the chat before, I was gushing when I saw this. Like my main thing for him was I wanted him to get rid of the swords. I know that was like his whole thing, but I wanted them to get rid of the swords. I didn't want the swords. But they gave him something new, and I love it because the Kusarigama is like one of my favorite weapons. Like if there's a Kusarigama in there, I'm picking it. In Neo, that was my main weapon. If any type of weapon has it, I'm playing it. I like what they did with the Hellfire, making it a low, but then meter burn is unblockable and it does damage over time. So that's a good take. Oh, I'm watching the video as it goes. The sweep looks wild.
Yeah.
His sweep looked wild, and I don't know if that's his down too, but yeah, he's just flaring everywhere.
I noticed. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say now that I'm looking at him, and he got all these like long range attacks. I think that we're going to get a different Takeda.
When Takeda gets in?
Yeah, well, that was the in the leak, right?
I don't know. From what Ed Boon has said, is that none of the combat kids are going to be in because they haven't been born yet.
Oh, that's right. He did say that. Because I'm thinking, when I seen that, I was thinking of the first Shiryu, person that started the Shiryu, Takeda. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, the Takeda was the first person to start the Shiryu in the old timeline. So initially, my theory was that lore-wise, that assuming this is Kuai Liang, that Kuai Liang is going to disagree with his brother's decisions about where he's going with the Lin Kuei, and he's going to leave the Lin Kuei and start the Shiryu. But when I thought about it a little bit more, I thought that didn't make sense, because why would if he is Kuai Liang, why would a Chinese American or a Chinese born guy go and start a Japanese made name? And the Shiryu are ninjas. They're not just a international assassin clan like the Lin Kuei is.
we still don't like. This is new. We don't
Yeah,
know if the
we
Lin
don't even
Kuei
know.
is a. They could be ninjas, for all we know.
They could be. They could be. I mean, I don't think they're ninjas because they still, even though there were technically ninjas in China, they were called a different name. I remember somebody looking deep into this, is that there were ninjas in ancient China, but they, of course, had a Chinese name, not a Japanese name, you know?
And I believe they wore yellow as well.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't know that. That would make sense. I mean, that would fit Scorpion even more, right?
Yeah.
But that was my theory on that. But this is a totally new era. So Takeda may be in it, and there may be no Takeda from before. I mean, the Shirai might not even exist yet. It may not exist ever. You know, we don't know.
Right.
So it's I'm curious to see where it goes. And one thing I did say before is that I'm really happy with all the new take. I like all the new takes. I don't know how you feel about them, but all the new things they're doing with the story. And so far there are no retcons, or there can't be any retcons because this is a brand new era, and it's setting a precedent for like further writers in the future. So, you know, the road is being paved in front of us, but this time it's like they're paving a straight line instead of, you know, venturing off into different avenues of other people's interpretations or takes, you know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to get this. My headphone went out.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
you. Okay.
Yeah.
It's good then. All right. But yeah. Scorpion, this might be my favorite interpretation of Scorpion so far.
Mm-hmm.
Like I liked that every time they get Scorpion, he looks more ninja. And this one he looks way more ninja because they finally gave Scorpion the one thing I asked. They didn't make a command grab like I wanted, but they still gave it to him, and they gave him an Azula drop. That's like the number one thing I wanted.
What? I'm sorry?
Izuna drop. So when he grabs them and spins to the ground, it's like a lot of ninja characters.
Yeah. No, they gave it to Zeku. They gave it to Kimberly.
Yep.
Who have they given it to in MK?
Nobody in MK, I believe.
Did
I don't think nobody had it yet.
Yeah, nobody's had that. And yeah, they finally gave it to
Scorpion. You could say like Cyrax in MKX, kind of, but he didn't spin with it. He just grabbed you and knocked you down. But yeah,
he did. Yeah, I was thinking of that. The Triborg Cyrax.
Yeah,
they definitely did that. But yeah, he definitely has that in this one, which is cool. No, I'm glad they did that. I'm really happy about the aerial combat. And Ed Boon pretty much, I'm pretty sure it's Ed Boon who said it, was that some characters are going to do better in the air. So I'm really looking forward to people like, hopefully, if, you know, I mean, my assumptions are correct, assuming Natara is in the game, which everybody kind of is kind of like, she's in the game. Come on, she's in the game. Right. We're just waiting for you to show her. And if Natara is in the game, because she's a vampire, has wings and stuff like that, she would actually be able, you know, to fly. So definitely have a character that's going to be more aerial dominant, right? And in this case, it looks like Scorpion is has a lot of aerial combos, and I noticed,
and he had
go ahead.
The air spear. That, I don't know how it's going to work, but it looks like it could be, if you catch somebody jumping and just react to them jumping, it looks like you get instant air spear and try to get something off.
Yeah, he has like a mid-range aerial game, dude. It's like, that's super cool. I thought that was actually cool that you can jump and react. And they did say that jumping is going to have its drawbacks, because jump kick was way too powerful in MK11, and this time around they wanted to make it, of course they have the up block, you know, but it's like jumping is is a risk, like a very big risk in Mortal Kombat 1. And with someone like Scorpion, he's going to be a huge, it's going to be a huge risk, because not only do you have up block, but you have someone who can jump and react to you at mid range.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they got his air throw. I don't know if his air throw is part of a combo or if it's just a regular special move. But yeah, I know I've seen air throw a few times.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just looks super fun. I just want to get my hands on him. Like, give him to me now. And I don't know if it's called the Demon Dash, because as you can see, like when he uses fire, he don't turn into a demon. So I want to know what's the story there, because Sub-Zero was from was it Outworld, or I think they had their own realm, and it was a group of cryomancers that he's from. He was from like a race. So I want to know. Yeah, Sub-Zero.
He was Outworld.
Was it Outworld? Okay.
It might have been Adenia or Outworld, one of the two, but he is a descendant of a different world. I don't know if it's Adenia or Outworld. I want to say it was Outworld. I have to look that up. But yeah, Sub-Zero is a descendant of not Earthrealmers.
Right. Right.
And that's how he gets his powers.
Yeah, I want to know how are they getting their powers? Like, we got Raiden with electric powers. I mean, he's the chosen one. It said in his bio, he is the chosen one, which makes sense.
Raiden?
Liu Kang is the fire god. Yeah.
So we've been questioning that a lot, and it says a warrior or a champ. It says Earthrealm champion, but in his bio.
Oh.
What's that?
No, I was just thinking Earthrealm champion. So that means they did a tournament already?
So me and Brusque and True Underdog in the past 2 episodes of Shredcast, I have brought that up, and both of them had the same answer, which is that for the backstory on that was that I really liked the fact that Kung Lao was the new champion. It was the chosen one of Fire God Liu Kang, because that's how MK11 ended, and I thought that was a great ending, and I was looking forward to Kung Lao being the new quote Liu Kang, right? And Raiden being his best friend. Well, in the bios it says Raiden Earthrealm champion, or the Earthrealm champion. So but it also says in his bio that he's like young and inexperienced. So I'm sorry, in the trailer when he's talking to Kenshi at the Shaolin Temple, it says like, it says that he's young and inexperienced. But what both True Underdog and Brusque Poet said was that I think what they mean is he is a champion of Earthrealm, like he is a warrior of Earthrealm, not the champion or the chosen one. Like Kung Lao is still may be the chosen one. So
yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I can see that.
That's what I was really looking forward to, because I was like, freaking A, Kung Lao, because this is a totally different and new Kung Lao too. It's not the cocky, arrogant Kung Lao. He's like humble and wants to do
like
that.
His person. He got Liu Kang's personality.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the new Liu Kang. So
yeah.
Dang, I got this itch on my nose. It's killing me. Sorry.
But as for Scorpion, my bad. I got lost train of thought. But Scorpion
I'm fluent in rabbit trails, so I'll probably go off on some other tangent.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
His cameo looks like it's gonna blow up some stuff. As of right now, I am a Scorpion man. Or as of right, I might be playing Scorpion or Scorpion Sector, because I do like Sector. But that's if Noob isn't a cameo or in the game at all, then I'm most definitely going to be a Scorpion. But yeah, his cameo looks good. It looks like it gives you mix, And like you said, the utility, it gives you armor. It's like a armor backdash, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
Are you talking
it
about
looks good.
the pullback?
Yeah,
Yeah, the spear
yeah,
pullback. Mm-hmm.
yeah. That looks. I don't know how. Like, is it active on frame one or whatever? But because if you got a gaps and you use that and blow
Mm-hmm.
them up, I think that would be good.
Yeah.
But it looks like it was some. It had longer. It looked like it had a longer cover.
Mm-hmm. I would have to watch that again to see to try to. I mean, I can't count frames with the naked eye, but
Right,
I would like to
right,
kind of look at that to see if how long that recovery was, like based on the animation. But yeah, I was just kind of stoked that he had a pullback. Like, okay, there's not just combo
right.
extenders. It's like, okay, there is some sort of, you're. I'm also wondering, is it only behind? Like, what if you're stuck in a corner and Scorpion can
And
spear you
swoop
out
you
of
in
the
front.
corner? You know, so
So he might have like four moves like he did in with the like Jax.
Mm-hmm,
Because Jax has the far command grab, the close command grab, the ground pound, and then
mm-hmm,
the energy wave.
mm-hmm,
So he could have like a far pull back, close pull up,
mm-hmm,
the overhead, and then maybe something else.
mm-hmm.
Could be a spear. I'm pretty sure there might be a spear. His other cameo move.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think having a spear would be a little bit too OP. I mean, it could very well maybe, but dang, can you imagine having a spear to a spear,
Spear
like a
to a
spear?
spear.
Yeah.
You got Sonya that's just
Mm-hmm.
like good.
Yeah.
And sub could freeze you like multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see why they wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Yeah, just speculating about how he's going to play.
Mm-hmm.
That's all the fun I like. All I need. He's in the game. Y'all show me gameplay of him. That's all I need right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then all I need to know is what is his name.
Is he
That's all I need.
Hanzo? Is he Kuai Liang? Is it? He could be someone completely different too.
Yeah, yeah.
So
For all we know, he could be Tequila.
yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
like,
And I'm curious
like,
what Smoke's name is
yeah,
too, because Tomas Pravada, Vibrata, I always forget his last name. I know the first name's
yeah.
Tomas, but yeah, I'm wondering what he looks like. What did you
I
think?
think I think he's still going to be Tomas, and I
Okay.
think Scorpion is Kuai Liang,
Mm-hmm.
only because they look way closer than Scorpion and Sub
Mm-hmm.
in the little trailer. Like he said to Scub, to Smoke.
Mm-hmm.
What did he say to Smoke?
We
I think it was like
we may
something
not be blood, but we are brothers.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, hold on, wait. That line, that's pretty much the opposite of what Noob said to Sub in MK9. We may be blood, but we are not brothers. And he
Yeah,
said, blood is shit. What did you say?
he said we share blood, but we are not brothers.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm talking about Scorpion said to Smoke. He said blood would make us closer, but we're brothers, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's basically the opposite of what Noob said to Sub.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm just ready to see how this game. What's the story like? I'm very into the story.
Yeah.
I
Do
want
you,
this lab. This game looks like it's going to be a very fun labbing game.
I
With
can
all
So what's really funny is on like I just as much as I make content, I consume a lot of content on YouTube, and particularly I like to watch a lot of like YouTube shorts of different fight, like some I like to watch Super. One of my favorites is to watch is Big Nasty Kale. He's a Street Fighter 6 streamer, and he makes some really good YouTube shorts. But I can picture content creators completely making a bunch of YouTube shorts and just YouTube videos only labbing.
Yep.
And that's all they do. It's in the way that Dragon Ball Fighters, I have seen so many content creators and YouTubers making videos of just TODs.
Yep.
And that's
exactly.
all
like
they
different
make.
routes and everything. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Like a TOD without sparking. Like I've seen so many of those videos.
Like, I could see, check out this 100% setup with Cyrax. That's guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
I could see something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or there was already like a deletion with Jax Ground Pound.
Yeah.
There was already like that already happened. Like I could. And the cameos just make it that much better because from the looks of every cameo is different. Like, and picking a character for that cameo scene was better. Is work for that character. It's I'm just ready for it, man. I'm just.
It is, and this is the thing I've been looking forward to more than any other Mortal Kombat. First and foremost, the first thing I want to say is that I want to see this game be, and this is driving me crazy. Let me lower this. I want to see competitive Mortal Kombat reach a new height.
Like it did in MK9.
But MK9 said it took off. No longer MK9 was just like, okay, Mortal Kombat is no longer the Joker game, like the Joker's game. It was no longer like if you played Mortal Kombat in the fighting game community, that was a joke, right? But then at the time, then again, I think like the two biggest games at that time was Street Fighter 4 and Dead or Alive. So those are the two big competitive fighting games, right? MK9 was and Tekken for sure. But I remember Street Fighter 4 I think was probably the biggest one too. And a lot of the DOA 4 competitors went over to Mortal Kombat 9. I mean, even like, who was it? Perfect Legend, Sonic Fox, Rio, MK Tom Brady. A lot of those OG competitive Mortal Kombat 9 players originally started in DOA. So that's a little history lesson for everyone. But I want to see Mortal Kombat 9 or Mortal Kombat 1 reach that level of competitiveness. And on top of that, I want to see reach a new level of competitiveness to where not only is like the prize pool, the winnings and stuff like that, I want the world to be watching Mortal Kombat. I want to see 100,000 people watching Mortal Kombat tournaments.
Yeah.
But I want to see a top 8 where you have Scorpion, Jax, Sub-Zero, Kano, and it's like every single person has a different main and a different cameo. Like that's what I want to see. I want to see so much different player expression in Mortal Kombat 1. And I made a video about player expression, by the way. Go check that out if you're kind of confused on what player expression means. Temp explains it very well, which is essentially basically it's your win condition. In short terms, it's like what you do to win the match, or your preferred way of winning the match is essentially what a player expression is. And that's what I want to see from Mortal Kombat. I mean, it already has high sales. I have a feeling this game is going to sell 20 million copies. You know, last two games sold 11 and 12 million. I can see it's selling 20 million, especially with the hype that's going around it. So
yeah, this game is going to be good. It's like just the way. I mean, we got Rain in the main roster. Rain haven't been in the main roster since what, Armageddon?
Yes. And he's not a DLC character. Yeah, that's he's
like,
I know you said main roster, but this is the first time Rain has not been DLC.
Yes.
You know?
Like, right, and I don't know what the hell they did with Rain, but oh my gosh, he looks fun.
He does, and he's a zoner. And I was
he looks like he is a zoner.
He's a water wizard too. He's got his water wizard staff, and he's a water wizard. You know, I thought that's so dope.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if I'm pretty sure he's still a Denian. So he might not be the trader.
I'm interested to see what the hell is up with the Denians. Because
I think that's gonna be the next trailer. We got Lin Kuei, and then we're gonna have a Denian.
We did, and who do you think, by the way? A couple people commented as well. They think that it's Ermac, but first off, it starts out with the Lin Kuei infiltrating a fortress. When I first saw that, I was like, oh, it's the Lin Kuei temple because it's all snow. But
I think they had like a temple of elements or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They talked about the temple of elements. Called. They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could.
You said people thought it was Ermac that he was talking to.
They thought it was Ermac. I said I don't think that's Ermac because Ermac sounds like there's 100 voices speaking in unison. It was one singular voice, but that one singular voice did sound very powerful. So I think it's either. I think it's but the other thing is they said we have been waiting for you. This is what he says. So I think it's going to be Reiko or Shao. You know. Both of them will be there, but one of them says we have been waiting for you, meaning Reiko and Shao.
I do think it's Reiko because the people that they were killing look like Reiko attire. Like it has color scheme. It looked like it's what he would wear in this game. So I could see it being Reiko, and then his voice. You said Shao. I don't think it's Shao because doesn't sound like that masculine evil voice.
Yeah.
Like I can't hear that voice saying you suck.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't. That does sound.
You are pathetic and weak. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that being. We have been expecting. Yeah. It could be because I just looked at it again. I think it might be Reiko. It could be Goro because Goro he looked like he was wearing the same attire as the bandits or the guards. I don't know. That's a good question.
It is, yeah. It's like who? What?
I most definitely don't think it's. I don't think it's Ermac at all.
Yeah. The other thing I want to ask, and what you may think is that Rooflemonger believes that every fighting game should revolve around a fighting tournament. MK and Mortal Kombat used to revolve around a fighting game tournament, but it went beyond that. And at the end of Mortal Kombat 11 in the Liu Kang ending, it said he said, I have to you have to prepare to train. He's like, train for what? And then he gives him his smirk. That's how it ends.
Right.
And that gives me goosebumps now just thinking about it. And he, I thought preparing for the next tournament, right? Or for the first tournament or whatever. This time around, I don't think that there is a tournament at all. I think that it's just kind of going to be like a Guilty Gear thing where it's just a story. And do you think it's going to be Mortal Kombat, a fighting game tournament that's based around a tournament, or you think it's going to be like kind of more of a story?
I think we're going to build up to a tournament.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to go to a whole bunch of stuff, and then they're going to build up to the first tournament for Earthrealm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think is going to happen.
Because
from the looks of it, I don't think they had a tournament yet. I
never thought of that. Yeah, that could be really interesting.
Because Raiden is still training, Kung Lao is still training. It looks like they even looked like Kenshi was in the training attire at one point, I believe.
Yeah, Kenshi was
like
in
the monk attire. Yeah, so it could be like just setting up that a war is going to happen, and then the war is going to happen. Then Liu Kang or the Elder Gods or somebody's going to be like, you know what? I'm tired of this. Time for a tournament to settle this.
Yeah,
and that could be like DLC or like they did with Aftermath. Like that could be the next DLC. It's like MK1 tournament.
Yeah, I'm kind of the other thing I'm because I commented this on Twitter when someone talked about like how is Shang Tsung there, and he's like, because a lot of people, I think they need to get out of this mentality of the Japanese do it really well with a lot of their games when they talk about like demons and angels and gods, and stuff like that. It's like you kind of got to remember that even though it's an American made game, you got to get rid of that Western Christian like of God, of this omnipotent, omnipresent, all-powerful God, and the reason I say that is because Liu Kang technically is there's only one God, and I think it's very I mean, there could be more, I'm not sure, but I mean, he created this entirely new universe, so it's like, well, there may not be any other elder gods, they may not be a titan or a one being, or say what you will,
right?
So I'm really curious to why he is the protector of Earthrealm when he pretty much took, I'm pretty sure I know he destroyed the hourglass, but did he destroy the crown as well, Kronika's crown?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
So what I said was with Shang Tsung is that Shang Tsung, no matter what timeline it is inevitable. There has to be there will always have to be a Shang Tsung, or because a lot of people speculate that Onaga is going to be in the game. Well, that I think that would be a great opening antagonist, but I think that all of these, bad guys are inevitable, and that we have to get rid of that omnipresent, omnipotent God that we think of when we think of a god, because in this story, the mythos of the story is that there are just some things that there are most things Liu Kang cannot, doesn't have power over, and that is the fact that Shang Tsung exists and Onaga exists, because I mean, without conflict there is no story. There has to be conflict, hence is why, I mean, even look at Sub-Zero's bio is hilarious to me. It's funny. The Lin Kuei has been pretty much the protectors of Earth, the secret society that's been the protectors of Earthrealm they've been there for so long and have not had to do anything that they're so bored that Sub-Zero is like, let's just start a country. You know? So
yeah, and Sub-Zero in the trailer was talking about ruling Earthrealm.
Yeah. And that even took it a step further. He's like, I don't want to just control the country. I'm gonna, I'm gonna rule over Earth.
Right.
So,
I mean, that sounds like something Behind might would say.
So yeah, I think that's it's really interesting the way they're taking it. But it's like the reason I mentioned all this stuff about like, gods and everything is just the fact that Shang Tsung exists because he has to. Onaga exists because he has to. Shao Kahn, Reiko, all these antagonists are going to exist because they're just Liu Kang doesn't have control over that. He doesn't have control over any of the things, because if he did have control over it, then there would always be peace, and then there would be no Mortal Kombat story.
Right.
So
I think I do think if there's a Lou, there got to be a Shang. And I also think that Shang might be, because you said you don't know if there's any more gods, or because all we see is Liu Kang. I think Shang is the god of Outworld. Not Shao Kahn was. Because the way it looks like he's coming in and about to take over Earthrealm. From the very first the very first announcement trailer. Like I Boom, of course he said he's not the big bad, but
he said he's one of the bad guys. That's all he said.
Did he say one of the bad guys?
He said he is a bad. He was pretty. he said I'm going to answer this, but I got to be careful with my words. But I'm pretty sure that he said that Shang Tsung is one of many bad guys.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't even think he said many. He's just one of a few bad guys. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I think that's who he is. Or it could be Shang from the Aftermath alternate ending, and he somehow made his way to Liu Kang's realm.
Yeah. That was one thing that Brusque Poet talked about, was he thinks that we're gonna see that. I don't think so personally, because I think that the developers have heard the cries of the MK fans that we just don't want time travel again.
True.
So I personally hate time travel.
I think everybody does.
Yeah. If the only time travel really ever works is if if the theme of the story revolves around it, like Back to the
Future.
Yeah. So Back to the Future is about time travel. The time machine is about time travel. The time traveler's wife is about time travel. That's what it's about. But when you got Avengers or Mortal Kombat, I don't like that. I don't like when, let's throw, it's a Mortal Kombat game. Let's throw time travel into the mix so that we can bring back all these characters. I just don't think that's a good look.
It was an easy cop out. But hey.
Yeah. There's no consequences for actions, because you can just go and reverse them, any chance you get. And even Kronika, I like in that they kind of mentioned that in the game too. I like how I did like that scene when Kronika shows all the different times when Liu Kang and Raiden fought against each other.
Ooh, speaking of that, I think that's going to happen in MK1.
Liu Kang and Raiden fighting against each other.
Yep. and I think it's going to cause something big to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe everything revert back to how it was. Like now, Raiden is back, Thunder God, and Liu
Mm-hmm.
Kang is now the chosen one. So or something weird.
Mm-hmm.
I think something. I feel like that's going to happen.
I don't.
I don't know. I don't know why I feel that way, but I
Mm-hmm.
do feel Raiden and Liu Kang is going to fight, and something bad is going to happen.
I think that Liu Kang is gonna fight someone, but I don't think it's Raiden. I think it's gonna be Bihan.
You
Because
said, you said Raiden's going to fight Bihan?
sorry, Liu Kang. I apologize.
Liu
I
Kang?
think Liu Kang. When he
Because of I want to take over Earth Realm thing.
yeah, and he's the protector of Earthrealm.
Yeah,
And
right.
which is again something I'm really curious about. I mean, if this guy is like the god who created this new era, this new time,
Right.
how is he only the protector of Earthrealm? And that's a good point that you brought up, that Shang Tsung may be the protector of Outworld, Outworld's god or something.
Right.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. So
Because
I'm
I
very
believe
interested.
that's what Shao was, right? Shao was supposed to be the protector of Outworld,
Yeah,
but he's like, you know what,
something
fuck
like
that.
that.
I'm about to
I don't
rule
know.
this shit. Yeah.
Actually, I take that back, because they did say Shang Tsung's experiments. Like, were you aware of Shang? Like, I was not aware of Shang Tsung's
Oh,
experiments.
yeah.
So I think he still is a sorcerer. I
Yeah.
still think he is that guy. And when Melina is all tied up against the chair
I
when she's like
mean,
transforming, I think that was in
I mean,
Shang
what?
Tsung's lab.
I think he could still be a experimenting if he's a god. What if he's trying to make the perfect race? Hey, I mean,
Shang,
he could still
yeah,
experiment.
he could. Yeah, I mean, he very well may could be. And what did you think? Speaking of Melina, what did you think about her mouth?
Hated
I agree.
it.
She looks like a Reaper from Blade 2.
See,
Yeah.
I remember you saying that,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, okay, now hear me out. This is a stretch. Of course, it's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
What if they did that because Blade is a potential guest character?
Yeah,
It's like, you know what?
that would be
They're foreshadowing.
that would
They're
be
foreshadowing.
that would be so dope if that was the case. However, Blade is with Marvel, and I doubt that would ever happen.
Exactly. Exactly.
But
I'm just saying. I mean, a man can dream.
can you
A man
imagine
can
the
dream.
loading screen between those two?
Oh my
It'd be so
gosh.
weird.
If that was the case, I
Uh-huh.
will accept it. But since it's not, I'm not accepting.
Yeah. I
But
can.
there,
Yeah.
uh, I mean, yeah, I don't like it at all.
I
I
don't
mean,
either.
they're listening to the community,
Hmm.
so I'm pretty sure they might change it. They might change it.
I don't know. I think it's pretty far into production for them to change it, because that's gonna be her mouth in the story.
True,
You
true.
know,
I
when.
mean, it kind of makes a little sense
Hmm.
because I mean, she eats people's heads and whatnot.
Hmm.
So I could see. Huh, I don't know, man. It looks interesting.
I'm. It's again. It's kind of one of those things where NetherRealm Studios is really working the marketing campaign, and they're doing it
Mm-hmm.
really, really well,
Mm-hmm.
because they're making a lot of things to where it's like, I wonder what's going to happen in the story. Like, you cannot wait for the game to come out to find out what is going on with Bihan. where's the conflict going to be with Bihan and Scorpion, whoever Scorpion is?
And
the conflict between Katana and Melina, Shang Tsung appearing.
yeah,
There's a lot going on there, right?
and that's what
Go
I think is going to happen.
ahead.
Is going to be revealed at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah,
A story trailer.
that would be cool. I hope they do. Because
everybody's saying, what
yeah,
the F is going on?
yeah. I know that there's a voice of they hired on a voice actress, and a lot of people are speculating who that's going to be. They already have someone hosting. They announced who the host is for the
panel?
Exactly for that.
Yeah,
I think that Megan, this is my theory, I think Megan Fox at San Diego Comic-Con is going to introduce Natara. That's if she is to play Natara, because that's the rumor. The rumor is Megan Fox is Natara. I think that she will come out and do that, because Megan Fox actually really likes nerd culture. She's really into it.
Okay.
At least she says in the interviews.
To be honest, I didn't think of it as much, but she kind of resembles Natara.
She would be a good, yeah, I remember we talked about, you were like, Megan Fox would be a great Natara because she was Jennifer's body.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I remember you were like, that was before any rumors went circulating. You were like, dude, you know who would make a good Natara? A Natara would be Megan Fox, all because of Jennifer's body. Yeah. And I thought so too. I think that would be a really good choice. So if that rumor is true, then I think that would be a really cool, like, reveal, is Megan Fox to come out in San Diego Comic-Con too.
If she does that, I'm trying to think, because they said something big. Natara is a pretty big character because she got a big fan group. I can see that, but I can also see in like a femme fatale type of trailer.
Yeah.
Like let's just get all the females in here.
Yeah, like if they did like Natara, Ashra, Lee May, I think that would be cool if they did those. I'm really hoping Serena's in the game as my favorite character in Mortal Kombat. But I've also learned that to kind of expect her not to be in the game. But I do expect Lee May, Ashra, and Natara to be in the game for sure.
Wasn't there like leaks of Lee May's concept art, or was that something?
I've heard about that. I haven't checked it out. I try to avoid leaks as much as I can. Rumors are fine, like you've told me some rumors, other people have told me some rumors, but like, oh, I heard Natara's going to be in the game, oh, I heard Lee May's going to be in the game, like that's one thing. But when someone is just like, hey, here's the leak, the roster leak, I'm like, oh, don't show me that. But some of them are just inevitables. Sometimes they're just like, I've learned a lot content creating. Like I would get messages from people being like, hey, I got the roster leak, or I got the full roster, from multiple people and everything for your channel. Here, I got this. But
I'm not trying to spoil everybody.
No. You're fine. You're 100% fine.
No. I'm saying that's what you're thinking when they give you to you. Like, no, don't give that to me. I ain't
yeah. I've also grown pretty. So far, a lot of leaks have come true in Mortal Kombat 1. But yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on leaks, because leaks are leaks, and for the most part, it's like you take them with a hefty grain of salt. So that's usually what I do. But like rumors are fun. Like rumors, although rumors, I look at rumors as different than leaks, because you kind of talk about it and be like, oh, I heard this, but I still have the same thing. I take them with a grain of salt,
Right.
But yeah, so far, a lot of them have been true.
Yeah, the MK1 is turning out to look very, very good. From the game, from what I seen, It looks like it got a little bit faster. I know they said they haven't worked on, or they're working on, or they're going to address the dashing.
I haven't
But
heard that they're
if
going to
Trump,
address it, but I know a lot of people have complained about it, about the walk speed and dashing.
yeah, yeah, because they was like, yeah, hashtag dash blocking. But yeah,
Yeah.
I, I think it's the cameos that look faster to me. Because you know when in the
Yeah.
beta, you know how they did the little summon. I think it was called summon, and they just stood there for hella long. And
Yeah, Kano would just spin.
right,
I think that's the same thing with Cyrax. Cyrax, you summon and he stands there, and then you can actually choose when he explodes.
right, yeah, and look, yeah, like it looks like it's becoming a good game.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Like
options, and that's what it's
as
presented
of
with. It's
as
just
of
options.
right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like as of right now, I am loving the roster.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
And there's still a lot more to be shown too.
right,
A lot more.
exactly.
As
I'm
far
loving the roster. They, to be honest, I love the last three rosters. 4. I love all the rosters.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Well, when you're a
like,
Scorpion main,
but see,
yeah,
I'm also a noob fanboy. So he missed what, one game? What,
yeah,
MKX?
MKX. You miss
Oh
MKX.
yeah, he missed MKX. Hopefully, since we got, well, I don't think he's going to be in this game because we got Behan as sub. So
There could be a different person who's noob. You know,
what's
I
the
mean,
thing?
noob could.
Reptile is noob now.
I mean, noob
He's
could be one of Shang Tsung's experiments. You know, you never know. It's like, yeah.
I went to another realm and got some blood from a shadow demon. Now it's in you. Now
Yeah.
it's in you, reptile.
Mm.
Reptile. What?
Reptile becomes noob.
Reptile becomes noob. He, instead of acid orbs, it's shadow orbs, shadow balls.
Yeah. He has a one frame overhead still. Oh my gosh. But yeah, the game's looking really good. The story is very promising. That's what I was saying. Is like the story just looks super good. Like I can't, like, even we were mentioning too, what we were talking about was like, I don't like Melina's mouth. I really don't. I don't think that was a good choice. But I'm really curious as to like how she contracted the disease. And also Melina in the past has been like, it was very confusing because sometimes she's like ripping it off and showing off the mask. Other times she would try to be discreet and not want to show it. And this time around, it's like she's trying to hide it because she knows that she'll be banished if with the disease. And in the trailer, she took it. I don't know if you noticed this too. The mask looks like almost mechanical. Like it's slide, like it looks like it tightens when you put it on. Like if you watch the opener to Combat Cast, when it shows Melina's face, when she takes it off, it like slides off. Like the front piece is the different.
Front and then the sides look like they move by themselves. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and so when it's almost like she took it off and then shows off her mouth, you know, and she's all like you know, and I always thought Melina should be. I mean, she was never like this, but I always thought Melina should be like trying to actively hide it.
Yeah.
You know? So I think we're going to have also a story with Melina to where Melina is going to finally just be like, this is who I am. And she's going to fight to... I can kind of see it as she's Scar and the Tarkots are the hyenas in the Lion King, and she's gonna. I think that's where we're heading with the Melina story, and Katana is going to be the traditionalist who's trying to preserve the tradition, as you know. In the same, I see a lot of parallels between Katana and whoever Scorpion is. because Scorpion's all about tradition in the Lin Kuei, right? And I'm really curious to see the friendship between Katana and Jade, who is an effing countess, which is the coolest thing I've ever heard in my in Mortal Kombat. When they said Countess Jade, I was like, wait, what? Like, that is the freaking sickest thing I've ever heard.
Wait, they actually said a Countess Jade?
In Liu Kang and Katana's loading screen dialogue, he says, "Keep Countess Jade close. She is imperative to your future." And Katana was like, "Can you be any more cryptic?" What? Yeah, I'm surprised you don't remember that. Yeah, he says, "Keep Countess Jade close. She is important to your future." So I think there's going to be some mutiny going on. You know, Katana is finally going to be like, you know, you're wrecking the country because of your impulsiveness and your disease and stuff. And finally, Katana is just going to be like, you know, I love my sister, but I can't go along with this. Right. And so that's what NRS is doing. They're like creating all this conflict, and it's awesome. You know, it's great for the story. So looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, but, I am too.
Yeah,
I am too. This game is looking
like It's looking so good.
I'm looking at the intro and the intro to the combat cast. That does not look like Goro.
That doesn't look like who?
Goro.
Oh, okay.
The one that was punched. Yeah, he got unless they got a different face model, because his face looks different. His face and his head looks completely different.
I'm pretty sure that's Goro. His armor looks different. A lot of people are speculating that he's a part of Reiko's army, or like he's the head of the Shokan army, and he's a part of Reiko's army, or maybe he like something like that. You know, because of his armor. Someone, I think it was True Underdog, pointed out that he could be a part of Onaga's army because it has like a dragon emblem on the front.
A dragon emblem on the front?
Yeah, it looks kind of like a dragon emblem. I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll just have to see, because I'm really interested in that, because cameos aren't always a part of lore.
Right.
You know, so
I think they said that they're not even in the story when you play. Like, you don't play with cameos, I don't think. I think it's just the one character in the story. I could be wrong though.
I'm pretty sure he did say that you will, but it's like during specific scenes or different parts of the story, to where it's like
okay.
Yeah, kind of like in Dragon Ball FighterZ, when you played through the story, it's like you were in your team of 3, you can only choose 3 that you have.
Right.
So I think that's kind of going to be how it is. So, do you have any final thoughts? Any about Scorpion specifically, or anything?
Scorpion looks amazing. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. This is the best rendition of Scorpion I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
He looks amazing. Like, just everything, the aesthetics, everything. The only thing I want him to have is a hood, but I see.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna see that with costumes.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Do we have costume and shaders? That's what I want to know.
I really hope that there are no shaders. Yeah. So far we have seen Kung Lao. We have seen, like, who is it? I think it was True Underdog in the previous episode pointed out that most characters have like a casual Like we've seen the Shaolin Kung, or we've seen like Kung Lao's default, and we've also seen casual Kung Lao, and we've seen Johnny Cage's default and casual Johnny Cage. So, and then he kind of joked and he's like, I wonder what Katana Molina's casual looks, kind of looks like. Are we gonna see Katana in skinny jeans and a off the shoulder shirt? What's gonna happen there? But Scorpion looks good. I was a huge fan of Smoke in MK9, so I'm looking forward to that. You know me, I'm the rush down 50-50s, put pressure you into the corner and get you guessing. So Smoke looks exactly that, and I'm looking forward to that.
Smoke looks like you can't zone him for nothing at all.
He's like a zoner's night. He's always been the zoner's nightmare.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. My criticisms of the game thus far are so petty. It's like I wish Smoke had longer hair, and I wish Molina had like a different mouth, but it's like that stuff truly doesn't matter.
Yeah, honestly.
I mean, it's like it's so petty. I know it's petty complaining, but it's like, I kind of wish he had longer hair, but that's the way I look at it. Is I kind of wish he had longer hair, but then at the same time, he looks freaking dope. So,
right. I mean, if they haven't said anything about it yet, but I'm pretty sure if they do have different costumes, I'm pretty sure they will give him longer hair.
Probably, they probably will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could see them doing that, like paying homage to MK9 and have him have that stiff ass.
Oh my gosh, dude!
It was flowy. It didn't make sense.
That's how all of it was. And Katana had the same thing. Katana looked like she had like a bar like on the back of her neck right here, and so the hair went like like that. And just the fact that Katana has like long flowing hair again is cool, and I'm glad they did that. But MK9 Katana hair. But Smoke, it was a good idea that was poorly executed. That's the way I look at it. Yeah. But thanks for coming on, dude. Really appreciate it. This was fun.
No problem.
We definitely wanted to get your opinion because you're a Scorpion main, and there's not a lot of Scorpion mains, although he's like the cover character for so many games,
Right.
Scorpion's interesting because he is not the main character of Mortal Kombat, yet he is the face of Mortal Kombat.
Would you say Scorpion or Sub?
Scorpion.
I see some people say Sub.
Sub is the face?
Yeah.
I would say Scorpion because he's always like the cover character.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, but I've never heard somebody say
Scorpion would be
Sub-Zero.
the cover character, and then Sub would be right behind him.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, but Liu Kang's the main character. Yeah, and I'm glad Liu Kang is actually the cover this time around too. He deserves to be the cover. So
actually, I think this is the first time he ever been in the cover.
It is. Yeah, it is. Ed Boon did pointed that out too. But as we know and learn more and more about the game, and as the game comes out, we will definitely talk more, and hopefully bring you on the podcast again and talk about more and more stuff as the game comes along.
Most definitely.
For sure. All right, man. Have a good night. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you made it this far, comment down below. Tell us what you think about Scorpion, about Smoke, about everything so far you've seen in the trailer. And until next time, Shred out.